What is good, YouTube? What is good, YouTube? Me and my boys, man. Last time I really vlogged was like, he was so little the last time I vlogged. That's what this video is going to be about. It's just going to be a whole catch up. I'm going to show you guys the car meet. We went to this car meet on Sunday. It was dope. It was dope, man. It was here in Texas. It was like one of the first supercar meets that one of the first cars. Well, it had supercars there. Lamborghinis. They had a non-street legal Ferrari there. Yeah, they had some good stuff. But just let you guys see the cars and what we enjoyed. I'll let you guys know our favorites and what Khalid's favorite was. Got him a little Starbucks. But yeah, you guys, man, we've been coming a long time, and if you guys have been following me from any of my old videos, I'm not going to edit this video super heavily because I want to start posting more. And that's part of the reason why I don't post is like my time management. I'm currently in the garage right now. It's hot, but it's all good. We doing it, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and look at how far all the streamers and YouTubers have got. I've been doing it for a long time just based off the love. I just love to do it. I love the vibe that it comes with, and the vibe that it's a good documentation for the boys and for me. They say everything you put on the internet will be there forever. So let's just hope that's true for most aspects. But yeah, y'all, man. So in Hawaii, we were young, 2020. In 2019, we went out there. Rest in peace, baby, cuz a good friend of mine had got shot, and we ended up going to Hawaii. My pops, we lived out there with my dad, and then he ended up moving out of the apartment that we moved in with him, and we took over the payments on it. It's small town in Hawaii. We didn't even get our name on the lease or any of that. He literally just talked to the landlord and was like, hey, my son's about to take over. Is that all right? And, man, my pops blessed me. He blessed me with a car, a Mazda 3, and the apartment. And we did good. I was 18 or 19 years old, 2019. Yeah, I was 18 years old when we went to Hawaii. And it was, man, we did our thing, man. Me and my girl, we just worked our job. We went home. I have a bit, that's where I started the clothing brand at, was in Hawaii. That's like the main thing I did was my clothes in Hawaii. I sold these jackets right here. I'll add a photo of the jackets for sure. I got to. But I did these jackets, man, and they took off. Everybody was buying them from a store, from like any job I worked at, people who messed with me in Hawaii, cousins. It was just love. So it was cool. But I was young. Me and Melissa, we were young, and we was just still learning. Like I was still a little kid out there. I just, if you know, that's all I'm gonna say. But I was just young out there, and Melissa was homesick. She just missed her family. I had my pops out there, but we really didn't have any other family out there besides like just old cousins, my auntie who lived in Ever Beach, and my family. She didn't really have her family out there, so she was homesick. And man, we ended up coming back home, and I'm happy we did. Everything plays out for a reason, y'all. We came back home, and I got to see my dog. My dog passed away. Everything happened so fast, man. It's like the circumstances that most of us, the people who mess with me and support me and are from my city, they come, well, not all of them. Some of them living smooth, their parents did the damn thing, but my pops was a felon, so it was really hard for him to get a job growing up, especially in California, man. If you know what's up with that too. It's they do us so wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make you do the crime, and then I'm not saying it's like that, but it's just a vicious cycle. It gets deeper than just, oh, he chose to be bad. But long story short, my dad did have a felony, and it stopped him from getting a job, and that it kind of pushed all of us back. I hate to talk about folks, and this is my mother, but my dudes love to gamble. You know what I'm saying? So it just wasn't a good mix. He couldn't work, and then one of them was just trying to come up fat, so it just wasn't a good mix. But that was just the cards we was dealt. So we end up going back home. When we come back home, and I bring that up because I would have took my dog with me to Hawaii, but I couldn't have took him. It's just I wasn't even in the position to take him. My first little tax return that I got with my son, I was waking up with cold sweats when the little homie passed away. So it was like, death right in front of people's eyes. When you grow up around stuff like that, it's different. And I'm so thankful because my mom's side of the family, they really saved my father. Not even just me, because growing up, I grew up in Rialto. It's right, bro, we got hoods. I don't care what nobody say. If you grew up in SoCal, they make hoods everywhere. It's one dude from the hood who moved to the suburbs, and then they just start doing their own little thing all over the place, just like in random states across the U.S. is hoods, So just being right there in Rialto, San Bernardino, and growing up right there, just man. And then on top of that, my family who lived in L.A. is like, I've seen my younger life was good, but my older life, as I got older, I started to realize like, oh, well, I'm a mixed kid, and certain things that didn't come into my mind when I was younger. But as I got older, I'm like, oh wow, I'm mixed. The mixed side of my family, the people who are colored, they get treated like this, and whoop-de-whoop. But with all that being said, my mom's side of the family really looked out for my pops, so we was able to have a spot to stay. We didn't have to live in housing. My mom and my dad did for a while. We had our own apartment. We might have stayed in San Bernardino for a little bit if we had tried to get away from the family just from the drama and whatnot. But we always end up living back at my grandma's house. I grew up with the room at my grandma's house, which was designated for us. Even if we left, if it was there when we needed to come back. If we needed to come back. But yeah, that's just, man, we end up coming back from Hawaii. I bring all that up, man, it's a lot, but we end up coming back from Hawaii, and my dog passed away. And then shortly after that, my grandmother had a stroke, and she was in the hospital for like 4 months, and then they moved her into the bed. Like, she was just bedridden. She had half of her brain. Rest in peace to my grandmother, man. She really, it's a long journey. Like Nip said, it's a marathon, but what is you running for? That's what Ikaika Ilan says. Nip said it's a marathon, but Ikaika Ilan says, what are you running for? So you got to have a good why behind it, because it's easy to be a crash out. It's easy to pick up a gun. Anybody could be gangster, especially nowadays. Back in the days, being gangster, man, you really rode for the family. You protected the neighborhood, and you didn't let nothing come, you didn't let other men hit on females and all types of stuff, but we know that the word and whatever it is, the social media, the government that got us, we know that they don't want us to thrive. So it's just, we just got to baby step it and get better and better, but yeah, man, the car, that's his auntie's car right there. It's not her car, but she has the same model. He was like, that's her model, that's her. I was like, nah, that's the same one, but it's not auntie's. I really like this Beamer. I'm going to have one of these soon, y'all. But yeah, man, it's just, we came back from Hawaii. My dog passed away. Then my grandma had a stroke. Then when my grandma eventually ended up passing away, like even before she passed away, it was already up in the air of what's going to happen with all of her stuff, the house, everything she owned, So I could feel that. Mind you, we living in my grandmother's garage. It's like now when we came back from Hawaii, stuff has changed. My uncle has moved in. His kids is living there, so man, it's just a lot of stuff had went on, We could go into stories about each detail about it, but it's like a lot of stuff had went on, and we ended up moving to her grandma's house, my girl's grandma's house in Pomona, and then staying out there and going back to my grandma's house and then going to my auntie's house. It was a lot, y'all, just trying to find a good spot to get our feet, to build a solid foundation, and I'm currently in Texas right now, but I didn't mean to end up out here. I literally was in North Dakota doing something I didn't have no business doing. And fate got me out here, you know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in fate. I believe you make your own fate, but at the same time, I made it possible where I have a spot now that I'm building at. I have a spot that's a good foundation for me and my boys. There's no yelling going on. The police helicopter's not flying over our heads every 15 seconds, So I haven't even heard the helicopter out here once get on the speaker and say anything about getting the house, or we got a black sedan or anything, you know. So it's just a different environment, and you need that to grow. And as much as I miss home, I'm realizing that even like when I was in Hawaii, I was fooling around as a young man out there, or just a little kid. Like, I didn't miss home because I was still fooling around, hanging around with people I didn't have no business hanging around. Like, out here, I miss home, but I realize I don't really need it because I'm doing better. I'm going for better, you know? So it's a lot that come with it. I want to keep the vlogs coming. This one's coming to an end, man. This is pretty much the end of the vlog. We just stood at the exit. That was KLE's favorite truck. That was his favorite car right there. For me, it was the green McLaren. I don't know where it was in the video. I just start talking. I'm in here in the garage about to take my medicine and then get ready to go to sleep. But I do want to edit this video and just talk to you guys. Come on here. Man, if you guys have been following my Instagram, be sure to follow my Instagram. I really make clothes, y'all. That's what I've been doing since 2019. Before all the cut and sew got big. Before it was like in the stores and you could buy jeans with the cut and sew in it. And the purple jeans came out. I was doing this shit before then. And I'm proud to say that, even though it hasn't took off because of my living situation, which, you know, it has to do with me too, because like my pops passed me something in Hawaii, but I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to receive it. So it ended up slipping out of my hands, you know, but not everything. The car, we ended up doing something great with the car he gave us. We went to the dealership and we put it brand new Lexus in Melissa's name, and we took over payments for it and got a nice car. Ended up putting that on the boat and coming back from Hawaii with it, and then taking that to the dealership and getting the Honda that we no longer have anymore due to finances. Because it's like, man, I'm still learning this shit, y'all. I'm still learning. You know, I left a video like years ago on like 10 steps to fatherhood. Like, man, if I was to redo that video now, that video would have so many different other pointers in it. And I'm still learning. I'm still getting better at it. It's a learning process, y'all. And that's why I wanted to come on YouTube, so I could keep taking you guys with me on this learning process. It takes persistence. It takes grind and will. And, you know, for people like me who doesn't come from a easy background, I'm not saying I had the hardest background and like, oh, my mom and nobody was around. No, I had family was around. It just wasn't like they really did too much to put us in a position to win. Like, yes, they told me to go to college, but it wasn't like, man, my pop's from the hood, you know, so it's hereditary. I don't care what nobody say. It's hereditary, you know, especially when you grow up seeing it, learning different things about how things operate on, you know, it's just different worlds for different people, different strokes for different folks. But I'm still learning this. I just wanted y'all to come. I wanted to come on here and tell you guys, this is what it is. It's just a learning process. When you watching Ikaika Elon, or you feel Ikaika Elon, just know that it's something more to it. It's something more to learn. And I'm going to be posting a lot more, y'all. Me and Kelly be boxing. We've been doing our little workouts. My storage on this damn iPhone, you know, like 2022, I bought a brand new iPhone. I got the iPhone 13 right now. And it's like, I barely got 8,000 photos on it. And it's always just randomly iPhone storage full. So it's like I'll be recording a video or something, and then randomly it just will stop recording. So then it's like no longer. But I'm working on everything, y'all. You know, it was dope to go to this car meet. Oh, I got a dog too. I've been had a Frenchie. I haven't vlogged in so long, y'all, but I wanted a Frenchie. I got two actually. And then yeah, I'm gonna update y'all on that, man. We're gonna get back to it. Be sure to subscribe, y'all. And we got a lot more coming, all right? It's Ikaika Elon.